So friends, we have come to the last session of the day, which is a session in which FDPPI will be declaring some the awards for the current year.
Excellent. Kindly take it forward. The next.
Now somebody is having their computer open. Okay, like in the morning. Okay, please close this. Okay. Now, say last year we introduced the system of awards, and we had one award as privacy champion, which actually was given to a very deserving person, Srinivas Pusarla, the Chief Privacy Officer. In fact, he is going to speak tomorrow as one of the keynote speakers. Now, this year we wanted to slightly expand the award category, and we wanted to recognize individuals, teams, and entity, company. Okay, 3 categories. Of course, right now these awards are basically the recognitions, not monetarily very significant or something like that. So we are not in a position to make it monetarily very important, but we are doing our best. We, as we say, in fact, we are honoring ourselves by honoring these people, okay, for recognizing their contributions. This year, we have also added other category. One is for the FDPPI members themselves. Last year, we didn't actually honor any of our own members. So this year, we have that also. Then additionally, now with the last few months, some changes which have happened suddenly struck us. And today, the domain of personal data protection is getting merged into the protection of non-personal data to some extent. That is what the JPC did when they called this World Personal Data Bill as the Data Protection Act or something like that. So we wanted to actually also take this into account. Secondly, as I was explaining in the previous session, in the market, there is a confusion about protecting the data versus protecting the data subject. So we wanted to bring this distinction open into the world. So we will not have people talking data privacy as equivalent to protection of the human rights of privacy. So what we decided was that this time we will also have an award for some contribution in the data privacy area, which means that they may not be in the core privacy, but those are the people who are likely to be in the privacy, maybe in the days to come. So we have that also. And this responsibility was entrusted to a awards committee headed by Mr. Ramesh Kauta. He was ably assisted by Satya Vagishwaran and Anirban Ghosh. They took a lot of efforts over the last 2 months to finalize these awards, because it is very tough. There are so many people who deserve, and many times it will be difficult to even locate those deserving people. So they have done their best to the extent that they have been able to arrive at a decision which perhaps they only will be able to explain. Mr. Ramesh Kota is an advisor and a mentor of startups in cybersecurity, and he has been a supporting member of FDPPI from the very beginning. He has worked as Chief Technology Officer in NABARD, and he is the co-founder and CTO of Right Edge Learning Solutions. He is a person with nearly 30 years of experience, and he is the chairman of this awards committee. Mr. Satya Vagishwaran Ramaswamy is a management consultant. In fact, he is associated with a lot of activities of industry organizations like CII. He's a process with 27 years of experience, and he was previously Vice President Business Excellence in Tata Communications and Assistant Vice President and Global Head of Aericent Technologies. So he is one of the members. We also have Dr. Anirban Ghosh, who is a person who has been working in BT, that is earlier, I think it was called British Telecom. He is the DPO in India, and he has been doing research on behavioral aspects of information security and how it relates to the risk and compliance. He is actively involved in training and awareness sessions in BT, and also involved in data protection investigations. So this team of 3 people have got together and worked on this, and I'm sure they would have come up with the right decisions. Now I pass on the mic to Mr. Ramesh to take over and make the necessary announcements.
Thank you, Navi sir. I think it's our privilege to be leading this initiative along with Satya and Dr. Anirban. Now may I request the Pintos team to bring up the presentation? Sir, I think in the introduction, Dr. Navi mentioned that the awards are not what called financially recognized. But however, throughout the day, the sessions, what we had heard and seen, in fact, the last session by Professor Yuste, I don't think there is any value for it. It's a huge value. I'm sure I can't put 50,000 or 1 lakh into that. So I think in this process, we not only awarded the people who are working in, all the participants who joined today's session, I think got rewarded immensely with the kind of a knowledge sharing happened from the morning onwards till today. I know this is not the word of thanks, but as I said, everyone, please welcome to the last session of India Data Protection System Day 1. It is the FDPPI Privacy and Data Protection Awards 2022. As Navi sir mentioned, we are honored by honoring everyone who has did a great service into that. Moving on to the next page. And the brief introduction about the award is, the objective of the award is basically to motivate the professionals engaged in data protection and privacy and make sure saying that the services what they're offering are kind of recognized in terms of the value addition, what they're trying to do, helping the community and the people around them, how they are trying to do it. So as Navi mentioned, last year we had one recognition, but this time we extended the concept to the individuals, institutions, and the statutory bodies. However, this time we have not chosen the regulatory statutory bodies as of now. Reason being it, still we are evolving it. We need to see the contribution of each of the individuals. Though there are some kind of people who are already working in this space, the definition of regulator, who is protecting it, how it's being operated is not well defined yet. So for that reason, I think for this year, we kind of held back on this particular award. Though the required what you call qualifications and everything is prepared, we didn't roll out this particular category for this time. However, I'm sure we will be seeing this thing coming up mostly in the next year as we see. By the time the maturity of the data protection, data privacy is also kind of comes up. And as we've seen today's presentations, I think it's going to be more challenging going forward. So with that, I think this is really a coveted thing. It's again not just about monetary thing or recognition, but it's the value of the work, what we do it in each of the individuals in these segments. Moving to the next page. Last year, it was an inaugural award. I think you all recognize this face and person. Srinivas Pusarla has been a pivotal in terms of driving the data privacy across India. He is a co-author for many of these legislations in ISO 27701 and an extension of the 27001. Plus, he's been a speaker in every place and everything. And last year, I think it was very easy, but recognizing him. And of course, there is no contest because the way he contributed is being visible across and the data movement across India and globally was good. He is now the Chief Data Privacy Officer and DPO worldwide. Perhaps maybe that's our initial benchmark, what we thought of getting someone recognized in the process. So that was the first award we given last year, being the first year of thing. Now coming into this year, again, as Navi sir mentioned, he entrusted the responsibility to me, Satya and Dr. Anirban to take it forward. So briefly talking about the awards, next page, please. We have these 4 kind of categories kind of identified there. And we have the first award as the individual award, what we're calling Privacy Night. And this basically will explain this in the next few pages. Team award is given to the Privacy Crusaders, the team award. Organizational award for a Privacy Champion. Though one gets it, I think it's an organizational award. And as I mentioned, FDPPI Member Award is basically those people who contributed excellence in the FDPPI are not that other kind of categories. This is kind of selected not by nominations, but individually selecting it from the committee as well as other members of the FDPPI. With that, a quick introduction to each of the award. Maybe next page, please. The Privacy Knights Award is given to individual who is trained in privacy protection, and we have been articulating this process both internally and externally. It's not that he alone learned it and was not able to contribute, but his contributions are seen outside his organization with individuals, and wherever he's been trying to provide it, his visibility about these trainings and assessments is kind of clearly seen. Otherwise, the criteria for this has been set a little tougher. So making sure saying that someone who kind of really contributes these areas and proves the kind of credentials that he has delivered has been recognized for this. Again, in this case, he will be getting a certificate and a plaque. The next award is about the Privacy Crusaders. Again, we know that in each of the organizations, it's not one individual who works. There are multiple people who will be working together to make this privacy happens. Again, today we've been hearing it, a lot of new nomenclature coming up. It's the data subject, data coordinators, and then who's monitoring it, who's processing it. So obviously the privacy, when you're trying to implement in an organization, it's not alone. It's not individual's effort. We also recognize that aspect of it. And there are multiple people working together. There could be one team leader, one person, but basically we wanted this to be a team award. And at least there should be two people who are trained in privacy certification as well, because we don't want someone to come back and say that, look, we are 4 members and we are doing this. No, we wanted more people to be trained so that there's a value for that award as well. And that's how this kind of an award has been constitutionalized. So there'll be one team leader and additional 4 members to be there. This is called the Privacy Crusaders. So that's where got multiple people into that. Again, it's a certificate and a plaque for each of them. Moving into the next award, it's a Privacy Champion. This is again about an whole organization who are organization established in India. I think that was clear about it. So we want that organization in India to grow and develop their skills in the data privacy, data protection environments. And they might be offering services in India or global, either one particular act or multiple acts of them. Because as we know that almost hundreds of countries are already deployed this. So they may be offering services anywhere. But however, our only recognition requirement was they should be constituted in India and it should be an Indian company. It's basically again promoting the data privacy and data protection in India. That's how I think this is coming up. And we have got a certificate and plaque also coming up for this. The next award is again FDPPI Privacy Excellence Award. This award is basically given to the FDP members who've been promoting and dwelling on supporting the various organization institutions across domains where there is no limitation. We're not saying that one particular industry or one particular area, but this member who has been working on this is well recognized across industry, and he's been not expecting it, but at the same time doing a lot of human work in this particular space. Again, privacy interpretation is not that easy, and we have been seeing that happens. It all has got a lot of nuances and how they are representing it. Protecting the rights of the subject as well as the information itself is critical. That's where I think this award goes to the individual who will be recognized, and you will be seeing who that would be shortly. Again, this will be receiving a certificate and a plaque in this case. These are the 4 awards we kind of registered. Again, as we mentioned, we also have got another couple of awards there. Somehow missed to kind of recognize this. And this is again, a subject is not a data subject alone, is data information also need to be protected. So in this case, I think we have got the awards for the Data Protection Crusaders, which will be announcing it. I know there is no description at this point of time in this space. However, with this, I think I'll hand over the forum to Satya Vagesh, my colleague, who's been doing services there. But before that, let me go ahead and introduce the team. Next page, please. This is the team. You already have seen it, and I think we got the introduction here. And then with next page, we have got the jury committee. I think it's not our own decision. So we're not trying to absolve from the decision making it, but we also want to get an independent opinion. These are the industry stalwarts, and I'm sure most of the names are recognized for you. And what we did was, I think in the 3 categories, you have it. We had one FDPPI member, one external member who's a non-member. We also wanted to include them to get a complete view about how they do it. And while we did this, I think we also kept them independently evaluating the processes. And again, I'm sure these names are recognizable in the industry by either cyber security or data privacy and the legal aspects of it. On the next page, this is a simple process in terms of how we went ahead. We had this award received, welcomed by various portal. People have did self-nominations. People have nominated other members of the organization or individuals as well. Across the industry, I think the awards have come up. Really, we're surprised to have so many nominations receiving from this side of it. I know this is the second year, we're going live first time, but I think the awards and recognitions shows a lot of work. That shows that a lot of work is happening in the data privacy protection in India, and people are working this continuously on this space. And we're also happy to know that even FDPPI is being recognized. Otherwise, they wouldn't have applied for the awards in this space to reaching out. So thanks to all of them who kind of come forward and applied their submissions into this. We're happy to note that a lot of work is happening there. And again, it's difficult to pick those people from this lot. So what the committee did is initially reviewed these nominations and reviewed them shortlisted based on the internal criteria, what we have it in terms of the contributions, what they have done and how they're working on. The legality and validity of those nominations has been seen. So any kind of incomplete things have been rejected, but otherwise we have taken them. We constituted the 6 experts panel there, and again, 2 of the members in each category. As I said earlier, each member has been given a different category independently. So they don't know who is their partner, whom they're working with. So obviously we got independent results for both of them. We combined the results and we took look at those data, and we gave a preference to pick the people with a unanimous decision who kind of top rated. If there is a conflict, I think we kind of looked into the averages or some kind of a next level best of them, and that we picked up. And we are glad that we don't have to go to the last point where we don't have to get any tie. It's all kind of, they're mostly done unanimously, and then a lot of great work done by our jury committee. I think their knowledge in terms of the privacy, data protection, and the nuances have been very well seen in the terms of awards they have given to us. In the process, again, as I mentioned, we are honored by honoring the people. It's a great work which they were received, and we kind of did this due diligently. And it has been really a tough thing, but of course, getting the nominations and seeing what work happens, I think the committee is excited that we got this process going forward. Next page. Okay, now it's time for the awards announcement, and I think I'll close and have Satya to take over and then honor the awardees.
Thank you, Ramesh. Can you go to the next slide? So we have the first award, which is basically the Knight Award, which is the individual one. So this is the category in which we received the maximum number of nominations, and we had to go through. I mean, the jury team had to spend a lot of time identifying the shortlisted top 2. And not only we looked at what was written as part of the nomination document, but we looked at what is their profile available from the social media part, as well as their overall contribution to privacy as a cause. So that's that all those things were considered to arrive at what was the thing. And so these are the congratulations to Alok Arora from CMX HR Aditya Birla Group, as well as Mohammad Arifuddin from Infosys. Before I announce the winner, we posed a question to both of them, different questions to both of them, and requested them to record a 2-minute video on what do they think about that. So we will first play the video of Alok Arora, followed by Mohammad Arifuddin. And then I will come and announce the winner. So Sadiq, can you please play the video of Alok?
Hello everyone. Data privacy to me is about lot more than a legal compliance. When privacy is embedded into people, process and technology, we end up in a structure that make organization privacy sufficient, or we can say privacy by design builds into the organization. Few of the key mantras which we should keep in mind while driving awareness. First is executive leadership. We should always see the skill building activity starts from top, and the topic like privacy required support from top. So start the session by training executive leadership and build awareness among the executive leader of the organization. Mantra 2, data awareness by privacy champion. The privacy champions are individuals who are the brand ambassador for privacy, who communicate privacy within their function as well as in the cross-functional project where they support. They will help us in building the privacy culture in the organization. They should be continuously trained via classroom sessions, via e-learnings, and they should also be encouraged to keep themselves updated in the ever-changing privacy laws. Third mantra, which is very important now, how we train the masses, the employee who store, who process the personal data, and how we can reach our training into the last mile of the organization who service the customer or produce any product which reaches to the end customer, how privacy is built into the entire ecosystem. So for this, I think we should start building privacy into a DNA of our employees from day one. We should have a privacy handbook, DY case, did you know, phishing campaigns, classroom training and mandatory e-learning for every new joiner at a regular interval. Plus for existing employees, this should be make a standard process which the training runs at regular interval and give them the right nudge so that the privacy culture builds into the organization. So the mantra is do right, do enough to build privacy into the organization. And also with all these three stakeholders in place, always try to celebrate privacy. Every year there is a privacy day, celebrate that, and every day should be a privacy day. Celebrate privacy and build a culture in the organization. Thank you.
Let's have the next one by Mohammed Arifin. Yeah.
Hi. Privacy maturity model is, in simple words, it is a way to measure an organization's privacy program. And this assessment is done against established benchmarks and industry standards. And it helps organizations understand where do they stand right now and what is the road ahead for them. These benchmarks could be both external as well as internal. Now, there's a very important question. Do we really need a privacy maturity model? Well, you can do without a maturity model, but let's understand something first. When we talk about compliance, compliance is not just an IT task, but, it is basically a set of processes. You need to have a set of processes in place, which goes to suggest that it is basically a management thing, and hence you need a privacy maturity model. A privacy maturity model, it offers a lot of business benefits, apart from the fact that you can measure an organization's privacy program. It offers benefits such as there's a study by Cisco in 2018 that higher levels of privacy maturity resulted in a lower likelihood of data breaches and fewer privacy complaints. Thank you.
Okay, let's come back to the thing. So now I'm so honored to announce the name of the winner, and the winner is, can you go to the next slide, please? It is Alok Arora from HRC Max Aditya Birla Group, and congratulations, Alok. Can you move to the next slide now? Yeah, so the next one is for the team award, which we are calling it as Crusaders. Unfortunately, we did not get enough nominations. We had set a threshold that, we had, as part of the awards committee, we had set a minimum number of threshold for getting the nominations. And since this one did not meet the, criteria, so we're not awarding any award under this category this year, and we hope to get more nominations next year. So let's move to the next one, which is for the organization. And the shortlisted entries here are Krishna Srivastava from TSRO Solutions and Vasantika Srinath from Concentrix. So we will, before I announce the winner, we will, okay, before I announce the winner, we will play a video from Vasantika. So we could not get an, a video from Krishna. So we will play the video of Vasantika, and then we will move on with the announcing the winner. Not this one.
Hi, this is Vasantika Srinath from Concentrix. If I had a magic wand, I would love to use it to get a sneak peek at the new bill and ensure that a bill finally turns into an act. As for what I would like to magically incorporate into the new law is, one, to give data principals at least a year to get ready and compliant with the law. As a global company, I would very much like to see legitimate interest being included as a legal basis for processing data, which will be very useful, especially in processing employee data. And it will also help us be more aligned with other data protection regulations and ensure consistency across our operational footprint globally. India has a huge IT industry, which largely comprises of data processors. And it will also help us to see a distinction being drawn between a controller and processor among data principals. Thank you.
Okay, and the winner is, next slide, the winner is Vasantika Srinath from Concentrix. Congratulations, Vasantika. So with that, I will hand over the baton to Dr. Anirban to announce the next award.
Thanks, Professor. Can you move to the next slide? Okay, just hold on. I'll just tell next and just keep pressing it. So thank you so much for this opportunity. First of all, a warm welcome to everyone on the day one of IDPS 2022. Lots of action, more to come. It is my immense pleasure and proud moment to announce the FDPPI Privacy Excellence Award for the year 2022. Now, Mr. Ramesh already explained at the beginning. I'll just give you a little bit of heads up once again that this is the one where we are recognizing one of us, means one of our very own FDPPI member who have gone above and beyond, not only in the data protection space, but also have lots of contribution towards a better tomorrow by spreading awareness regarding data or cyber threat and help in switching on what I call the human firewall. This award has been decided jointly by the FDPPI management team along with the IDPS award committee, 3 of us. And for this year, the FDPPI Privacy Excellence Award goes to Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye. Can you move next on the slide? Thanks so much. Now, I would like to tell you some of his achievements, recent achievements. And please be mindful that this is only a handful of activities which I am presenting to all of you today. And to me, when I gone through, I follow him quite a lot. We all follow him quite a lot. And this is just a tip of iceberg, but I'm going to show on this slide. If we move to the next button. Once more. So Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye made the headlines in October 2022 in most of the reputed news channel when he represented Shikshak Sakari Bank and contended that a complaint which was filed in April, but till April 2019, but till 2022 October, no one did not come up for hearing. And the Bombay High Court Division Bench of consists of Justice Atul Chandarkar and M.B. Chandwani directed the officer to decide the petitioner's complaint within 3 months. It's a huge win when we consider the IT Act and 2020, and a huge congratulations to Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye from my side. Dr. Limaye owns a YouTube channel. If we click on next ones, the name of the channel, as you can see on the slide, called Cyber Laws by Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye, and he spreads lots of awareness around cybercrime, how to stay safe from all these fraudsters on a regular basis. If we click on next ones again. He has recently also spread awareness and regularly spreading awareness regarding cyber threats, how to stay safe with the Air Nagpur radio program, through the Air Nagpur radio program. And that has got huge feedback, positive feedbacks from all the listeners. If we click on next, his blog has been recently published on the Cyber Awareness Organization, where he discussed on his views on the recent dropping of the India Personal Data Protection Bill 2019. If we click once more, his contribution to FDPPI in supporting and mentoring all of members are no new to all of us. He's been a great support to all of us FDPPI members. One last click, please. And he's always there to share thoughts regarding cyber laws and career option to the cyber lawyers, cyber law students, which he recently did, as you can see on the small picture, I think on the screen, which he recently did at the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar College of Law, I think in the Nagpur. That's all I have managed to add on the slide. It was really, the slide is not spacious. If I would be talking more, then it will take more time. So I would like to call upon stage Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye to accept the FDPPI Privacy Excellence Award 2022. And please share a few words with all of us, and please inspire all of us how we can follow your path. May we have Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye on stage, please.
Who selected or who thought me competent for this particular award. It's particularly your home members rewarding you, and that is more satisfying because I follow our chairman Navi sir like anything, and he is the role model for we all FDPPI members. So he keeps me inspiring by his every move, and I dedicate all the efforts which I am doing in this particular cyberspace to our mentor, Mr. Navi. With that, I don't find myself this much capable, but the trust which is shown by FDPPI on me, I will certainly prove in future that made me a lot, and I will keep doing for data privacy as much I can. Thank you. Thank you for honoring once again.
Thank you so much for all your contribution, Advocate Dr. Mahendra Limaye. I would hand over to Mr. Ramesh.
Yeah, Sadiq, can we have the presentation back? Yeah, again, Navi sir mentioned that we're also recognizing a couple of our own members of in the community and who's been protecting the data everywhere. Again, it's about two aspects of it: data protection as well as the subject protection. In this case, I think we've seen the privacy awards being given to the subject protection, but we also would like to recognize Vinod Kumar from Pino Payment Bank, who has been doing a human service in the data protection for the members of the bank and their customers on regular basis, contributing to the environment, contributing to the community of the data protection environment regularly as a CIO. So he has been recognized for this particular award from the FDPPI community. And again, these are all not the nominated, but the industry picked from based on their contributions and the social services. So, Mr. Vinod Kumar, congratulations, and you can have it on stage for a minute. Can you have Vinod Kumar on the stage, please, for a minute?
Thank you, sir. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, can hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the recognition. I'm sure that we'll do more on the data protection and ensure that the country is actually working towards protecting the data of the customers, the internal data, and this recognition will be motivation for me to do more. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We got another member. Looks like he just joined, but I think we had to leave, I guess. We got next award goes to Manoj Kumar Srivastava, who is a CISO and DPO from a Future General India insurance company. And again, his services and in this space is very recognized. And I think he has been supporting and promoting the data protection in various capacities. Like I know on a later note, FDPPI does not support really being CISO, being a DPO, but in this case, I think he's doing both of them together. So appreciate his competency and work together. So he's being recognized from the award, these things. I guess Manoj Kumar is not there at present of time. I think he's been there for some time. Okay, I think he is not there. Let's move to the next page. And here is a kind of a last page in between you and the break. What to expect next year? Again, as we've been seeing it from the date all the way, there are a lot of these segments are opening it up. There are sectors coming up and there are various opportunities coming up. In the process, I think we also kind of open to include more awards, mostly specifically from industry sectors wise, adoption of the privacy in each of the sectors, how they're doing it up, nominations from DPOs directly and how their institutional practices are being developed. So these are going to be inspirations for us, and exclusive referral awards. Like we would like to have the nominations from the industry people themselves, do like a peer recognition and say that whom they would like to recognize from the industry by the services. I know we can ask them individually, but we'd like to have a peer recognitions coming up as well so that there will be more recognitions and within the community and then encouraging each other. We also would like to consider students who are doing the privacy champions. We had a program of this particular thing earlier as well, and I think we'll revive that. And at the same time, students also can come and contribute in this space by learning, education, research, whatever they'd like to do it. So we'd like to consider this another award. And again, as I mentioned in the beginning, we would definitely would like to have a regulatory bodies also award, who and how I think the modalities will be shared shortly. And I'm sure this is going to be a good motivator from the institutions also to contribute in the data privacy and data protection, how they're kind of doing it, various activities. Now we have seen a lot of activities. I'm sure this will be qualify some of the regulators to be participating into that. So hopefully you'll all be ready for the honor next year. Looking forward for your contributions and continuous services. Please share your work and recognitions to the FDPPI on a regular basis so that we don't have to search for it. We'll be able to kind of help pick you in the right time and right moment instead of missing somewhere. I'm sure once the award goes up, hey, look, I have been doing it, so why I am not recognized. Now this is an opportunity for you to be recognized by projecting your services, join our Jnanavardhini sessions, contribute through them. And the sessions are open. It's not only for FDPPI members, your non-members come and present this so that at least we will see that what's happening there and then we can promote. Again, FDPPI is a body to promote the privacy protection and developers. It's neither competition, it's a collaborative environment, non-profit. So obviously you will see a lot of technology and benefit for each of you. So please join us and then get recognized. Thank you. That's the day. Last session is thank you. Again, it's a very great day today. I think we had a lot of enthusiastic, scintillating sessions. I think it's been a great day today. With that, back to Ramesh sir. Ramesh sir, would you want to take it or the word of thanks? Or maybe Sanjogita madam?
Okay. Thank you everyone for the award ceremony. Thank you, Ramesh sir. Thank you all the jury members for that decisions. And definitely this is going to be motivating for the fraternity and giving everyone an opportunity to showcase their talents. Thank you, Navi sir, for the session, for the whole day summit. We're looking forward for tomorrow's IBPS day 2. Everyone, please join on time. The session details are there on FDPPI website. Kindly join us. We all will be eagerly waiting for you all for tomorrow's session. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Good evening. Thank you.